Welcome to Allies or Enemies. I'm Jess.
And I am Sean. And today we are talking about the UK Games Expo. And this takes place at the end of May up in Birmingham. It's UK's largest gaming expo. And we've got a whole list of games here that we want to talk about. But most importantly, we are going to be part of it this year. So we're going to have a booth. You can find us at 3A835, and we're really excited to see everybody and to show off last week of summer. So we're going to have demos running the whole time, so please come by and play it. But also we are going to have another card game that we're looking to at least chat about. I'm not sure how much of it we're going to have there, but it's coming along real fast. So ask me about the Shakespeare card game as well. I may have something to show you. If I don't, I'm definitely going to have things to tell you.
And to kick off our list, I want to start with independent publishers because those are definitely worth visiting. And right next to us is an Edinburgh-based publisher, Midnight Trading Company, and they'll have Hot Shot Pickleball, and they may have another game as well. There's also a London-based publisher, Huff No More, who will have Sakanastack.
And then there's a whole bunch of other publishers around. There is Minor Disaster Games, and they're actually, the designer there is in one of my playtest groups, and so he's going to have Trouble at the Tempest, and then also TEDx Games, which is another Edinburgh-based publisher, and they put out Deep Regrets to much fanfare this year, but they also have Shallow Regrets, and I think they're going to be demoing that, and if they are, definitely do yourself a favor and go check that out. It's awesome. And there's so many, there's too many independent publishers to name, but really make sure that you hit all of those. Don't just go to the big guys, go and check out all of those as well.
Yeah, and we have a whole list of games to cover here, so we may be glancing down, and we haven't taken any pictures of these games yet.
Because there are no pictures to take.
Yeah, so we'll have the box cover up, but bear with us. So starting things off is Pergola, and so this is by Rebel, and it is the same artist who did Meadow, and I love the art. I think it looks really nice. And in Pergola, you're a happy gardener trying to attract insects to your garden, so I like the theme.
And then one that really doesn't have any art is Battle of Hoth. And I don't even know if this has been like officially announced. I don't think I'm breaking any rules here because there have been a lot of little sneak peeks at this. And what this, at least what this looks like it is Star Wars mushed together with Memoir 44. And I used to own Memoir 44. I haven't played it in like 10, 12 years or something, but I love Star Wars. So this is such a great way back into that for me.
Yeah, and I've never played Memoir 44, so I do want to try it. One I'm interested in trying is the Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship. And so this is by Matt Leacock and is a pandemic system. But I think it's really removed from pandemic. You get to play as two characters protecting Frodo, and then you lose the game when all the hope is lost.
Right, it would be weird to have a game where you win the game where all hope is lost. I don't think I would want to play that game. A bunch I want to talk about are Sashi is going to have a booth, and I recently discussed, I know a lot of people are over the moon about Sashi. My first game was Bus and Stop, which I picked up at Essen, but they are also going to have 1 a.m. Jailbreak and Great Evening Banquet. And I'm excited to play those as well as to catch up on some of those other ones. Come Sail Away and Wind the Camera. There's just so many I've heard such good things about.
DeVere is putting out Transgalactica, and this is designed by Daniel Tassini, who did the T-Series games, with art by Ito Vallis, who did the art for like Bitoku, and it's described as like a family plus Euro game, so I do want to see how it plays.
And then there is a kind of it's not really a reskin, it's like a standalone sequel to one of my favorite games, and that is Above and Below, and this is Above and Below Haunted. And I know it mixes ghosts and fishing, so I can't even picture that, but I love ghosts, I love Above and Below, so I'm excited for that.
I want to see the Lost Ruins of Arnak Adventure Chest. So this is the latest expansion, and it's one of my favorite games. I think it is a giant box that you can fit everything in, but it does include 2 new maps and 2 new research tracks that I want to check out.
And then the reason I was looking down was to try and see how to pronounce this, but is Trismegistus. I think I just nailed that. But this is a game I've been interested for years in playing, but now there is a second edition of it. Now, I've always heard mostly good things, but I do understand that there are some things that just kind of make it a little hard to play. And so Board and Dice are putting out a new version, and they've smoothed out all of those rough edges. I got a little sneak peek of it up at Essen. It looked really cool, but I didn't get a chance to play it, so I'd love to play that.
I want to see the newest Forest Shuffle expansion, which is Exploration. So this includes solo cards and some promo cards, but it also includes like individual caves that have different powers.
And then an expansion I want to see is SETI Space Agencies. I know almost nothing about this at all, but SETI was my game of the year. It was our game of the year last year, so give me more SETI.
There have also been a ton of duo games playing for 2 players. And so some of the ones I want to check out is Living Forest and Everdale.
And then one I really want to play is King of Tokyo Duel, because King of Tokyo was one of the, like early on in my game playing, it was one of my absolute favorite games, but I haven't played it in a long time. So I'd love to have a 2-player version. And then also Res Arcana, because that's both a dual game and an expansion.
CGE is going to have Wispwood, and this is a tile placement game where you are placing wisps and you're hoping to put them where they like to be and attract a curious cat.
And then one I'm really excited to see is Class of '89. And I'm not sure how much Paverson Games is going to have of that game because I think it was just announced. But obviously, I'm putting out an '80s game. I really want to check out the competition, and I just generally like anything that Paverson put out. So that's going to be my, I guess, my like head-to-head rival. But if anyone has met Dave from Paverson Games, you know it's going to be the politest rivalry you have ever seen.
I want to check out Fathom, where you're a marine biologist. So it sounds like you're putting out these tiles, then you get to reveal them as you do deep sea exploration.
One I really want to play that is already out, but I just haven't had a chance, is Molly House. And this is from Cole Worley, who put out stuff like Root and Arcs and just all sorts of terrific stuff. But this has got a really cool theme. It's set in 1720s London, which is where we live, and it is all about kind of the queer underground. So it's these folks trying to like just put on parties and have a good time, and meanwhile they're just trying to like kind of escape from the establishment. And so that it sounds really cool theme, really terrific designer. Really excited to play that.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that one. One I'm interested in seeing is Twittens, and so this is like, Twitten is actually the little alleyway that's between houses. So it looks like you're building your little community by connecting all of these alleyways, these Twittens.
Yeah, and that's apparently a Northern English word. I hadn't heard of it before. A friend had to explain to us what that meant. 2 games from the same publisher I'm excited about, mostly just because the boxes are adorable, are Chock-a-Block and Cube Melt. And so Chock-a-Block is this tile placement game, and a lot of the tiles have like underpants on them, and it looks really cute. And then Cube Melt looks even cuter. So this is it's like a dice chucking game where you are a penguin in search of love and adventure. And they both, the box, I'm judging boxes by their cover, and I like these boxes.
One I want to check out is Potions of Azurland. And so in this one, you're collecting up ingredients, you're trading things, and you're making potions. And you can choose to sell those potions, or you can drink the potions for bonuses.
And then another one I got a little bit of a demo at Essen is Revenant. And this is the next game from Mind Clash Games. Mind Clash, they're one of my absolute favorite publishers. They put out so many great games. And this is kind of set in the same world as Voidfall, which I absolutely adore. So I definitely want to see more of Revenant.
Yeah, and I didn't make it to Essen, so I'm really keen to check out the Essen type games that are going to be at UKGE. Another one I'm interested in is Popcorn, and so this is where you own a movie theater and you're choosing what movies to put on, when to upgrade, and then drawing out of a bag your visitors and then hoping to keep them in your theater.
And then I saved the best for last, and that is You're a Penguin. I love saying that title. And You're a Penguin it's kind of like Rhino Hera, it looks like, where you're building a big tower, but now you got circles, and you've got penguins, and you're just putting the penguins on the I don't know a lot about this. I know it's called You're a Penguin, and I know it's got penguins, and I know it's a card dexterity game, and that's a lot of stuff I like all crammed together.
And it is just so much fun to say. I also just recommend in general checking out the Hachette stand, because they usually have like quite a big stand with all kinds of games.
Yeah, and I actually got a sneak peek at a few of their games recently in Manchester, and I'm not sure everything that they're going to have there, but if they have got a little card game called Something Strange World, check that out because it is terrific. It is like a meaner version of Castle Combo, kind of, sort of. Other ones that I played there were Wizard's Cup, the new edition. We actually just talked about that in a video, but that's a really cool game. The new version of Cyclades is cool. Solstice is really cool. They've always got a bunch of stuff, so well worth making a stop. And that is it. That is a pretty full rundown, but I'm sure there are tons of things that we've missed. So please let us know what we missed. And please do come by and say hi. We are again going to be at 3A835. And we're going to have demos of Last Week of Summer. We want to talk to you about Shakespeare. We would just want to talk to you. Just come by, give us a high five. We would love to see you.
Yeah, please come say hi. And as usual, please like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time for another game.